Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Harihi Om. Today we are beginning the 6th chapter of the book Tips for Happy Living. And now in this chapter, how to relate ourselves, how to live with inert objects, inert things. Sometimes we may feel, I know, but important thing, how to live with material things. Earlier, we discussed about living with people and all that. Now with things also. So the first sutra, Jada Padarthebhyaha Chetana Praninaha Shreshtataraha. Living beings, Chetana Prani, living beings are Shreshtataraha, superior, more evolved at higher level as compared with the inert material objects. This must be understood. So, Jada Padartha, what you call Jada, lifeless, they do not have their own life. They are material objects. They are in the ladder of evolution. Those who have pranas, the vital airs, life, they are at a higher level, like plants, trees, then birds, animals. Again, there also levels will be there. Then the human beings. So, the living beings are at a higher level of evolution and they are superior to the, what you call, the inert objects, material objects. Therefore, tasmat jada padarthanam krite pranino na vinashitavya. Therefore, for the sake of the higher being, since we understand that higher, but if we give importance to material objects more than the living beings, then that is wrong thing. Therefore, it says, tasma jada padarthanam krite, for the sake of material things, the living being should not be destroyed. The higher one should not be destroyed. But just look at it. So many problems which are rising, money, property, land, for them the fighting going on and the living beings are being destroyed or not. So many relations are spoiled. We are giving more importance to the material thing. How many fighting, court cases, and sometimes gunpoint. Some on that, what is, we are giving more importance to those things or not? Even though, as we hear it, we understand that the living beings are higher. Just even the trees and plants also are destroyed just like anything or not. Just to build only the concrete buildings only. And one little earthquake, the whole thing will collapse like anything. For the land, how many forests are also destroyed? Because of that, so many flora, fauna, what they say, everything is destroyed. And then all ecological problems. And then we save this earth. Celebration is there, save this earth. How many pollutions which are there? Why? Because we are giving all the more importance to all the monies. We don't say money is nothing. That will come to that point also. Not the jad padarthas are of no use. That we are not saying. But when it comes to the hierarchy, what should be given importance? Whenever I talk about this topic, I always remember one story which I had read. There were brother and sister. Brother was very rich. Sister was very poor. And the brother used to throw many parties and all that, to inviting all people, never inviting the sister. Once the sister thought, in your brother's house I can go. She went, he insulted her like anything. She came back with 1 or 2 children, whatever that. Then somebody told her, you must worship Goddess Lakshmi and all that. She worshipped and she received, she became rich. When she became rich, that brother invited her also for the party. Then, when the food was served, what she did, she removed the ornaments she was wearing. She put there and started feeding those ornaments. All the sweets and everything, whatever. So, necklace, take this. Bangle, you take this. So, that brother came and said, what are you doing? He said, you invited them only, no? So, whom you invited, I am feeding them. I hope the point is so very clear from there. She was there earlier also. But he did not give importance to her. So what are we giving importance to? You know, there are 2 things. What one has and what one is. We give importance to a person from the standard what one has. Maybe materially many things he may be having. A person may be worth of billions of dollars also, because he has got that, but maybe a worthless person. No character, no integrity. So, and I tell you, we may, what you call, admire somebody because for what has, but we respect only that person what one is. Respect is always for what one is. Even though from the worldly standpoint, we give all importance to that person what one has. So this is the problem. When we give importance to material objects, money, power, position, land, property, more than the person, and we spoil all relations also. For that, how many quarrels, fight, wars, so many things are happening. Now, when at international level something happens, we say, what is happening here, what is happening? What is happening in your own house? What is happening there? Then people even hire killers also. Finish that person. What kind of things happening? And that person also, just for money, he can kill anybody. Doesn't know any person. So this is very unfair. all that exists here in this world definitely needs respect. Whether they are material objects, inert objects, because without them also our life is not possible. But which thing should be given more importance, priority, preference, respect more? That's what is that we have to know. So tasmat jada padarthanam krite praninaha na vinashayitavyaha. Living beings should not be destroyed because of that. Now, again in this world there are, there are two things. One is called the values and are called valuable goods. Valuable goods. So now here also we have to understand, mulya padarthebhyaha jivan mulyani shreshtatarani. Earlier what we saw, the living beings are superior to inert material objects. Now, the jivan mulyani, values of life, they are definitely greater, higher, superior to the valuable goods. Again, material objects. These padarthas will come and go and all that. Only the values, they only sustain the person actually. What are your values? The whole culture, the great culture depends upon the values only. Earlier days in our schools, there used to be a subject called moral science. Then the people did not like that moral and ethical word and all that. So now it's called replaced by value education. Now they are changing even that also, so many different things, Value education. One man was telling his friend, recently I made millions of dollars. That man asked, honest, let us not get into details, How I made that you should not ask what I made. And then later on they get into troubles also. So they say, from rags to riches to prison. That also is a curve that which goes on, isn't it? Suddenly how it happens? It's humorous part. What happened? I don't know whether it was a joke or lack of English. I do not know. In a very five-star five-star hotel, when the person went to the reception counter, a board was there, plaque, leave your values here. Leave your values here. I don't know, it was a joke. I think it was a joke or whatever is that. But the thing is, after all, what do you respect? Now that takes us to this topic, One is called compromise and one is called sacrifice. In compromise and sacrifice, both of them, something is given up. Compromise also you give up something, sacrifice also you give up something. But in giving up there is a difference. In compromise, what lesser things you give up the higher virtues, values. In sacrifice, for the greatest ideal and value, you give up all other things. Now tell me, all over the world, who are respected? All the great leaders or people, the men of sacrifice or men of compromise? It has nothing to do with any religion or culture or anything like that. We say, no, that person sacrificed his life for this. That means what? the values were respected more. Why Bhagwan Ramchandraji is the most Adarsha Purusha is because of that only. He says, for the sake of dharma, anything that is required to be given up, I will give up. So that's what it is. So this, all the values put together is put in one word, and that's called dharma. The more, sometimes with dharma word also we don't understand, it's called Sheelam Param Bhushanam. Sheelam is the character, the integrity of that. Integrity of a person. But people who give more values to material things and all these things, they see if sometimes, the person of value, character, sometimes at physical level, maybe some suffering, or they say, why good men suffer? Good men don't suffer. For a noble person, the suffering is to compromise with the values. That if he has to compromise, that is a great sorrow for that person, not the other things. If the so-called good person himself or herself feels, why I am suffering, they are not a good person then at all. So first thing is the inert objects, living beings. And the living beings also, the values are more important than what you call the valuable goods. Now, sometimes we think of what is values and virtues. Are they same thing? To say, values are values. But when they are practiced by a person in real life, they become virtues. Truthfulness is a value. It becomes virtue when the person actually lives that. Kindness, honesty, etc., all of them, they become virtues when they are really lived. So, मूल्यवत् पदार्थेभ्यः जीवन मूल्यानि श्रेष्ठतराणि. तैः संपन्नः पुरुषः एव सम्माननीयो न तु केवलो धन संपन्नः. Only that person who is endowed with these great values of life, which are turned into virtues also, taihi sampanna, that person becomes most honorable. Na kevalo dhana sampanna. Not only just one who has got lot of wealth, but there is no generosity, there is no kindness, there is nothing. What is the use of all that? See? Kevalo dhana sampanna. More elaboration not required. Now, आदर्शहीनः प्रलोभने पतति नश्यति च. I had read very good statement, quote in one line. If you don't stand for something, you fall for everything. If you don't stand for some great ideal, virtues, etc., then you fall for anybody threatens you, you fall. Any temptation, you fall down. Little pressure is held on that, fall down. But a person of great values, great character, then he stands by that. That's why they say, if you stand for something. Another quote was very beautiful. Where you sit depends upon what you stand for. Huh? If you stand for really great, then you get to higher and higher positions and then you sit there. And the best seat is in the hearts of all. Because all other positions can come and go and all that. So where you sit depends upon what you stand for. Understand? So this is why Adarsha-hinaha, that person who has no idea at all in life, no respect for that, doesn't stand for anything. Then pralobhane patati, any kind of temptation, stress, threat, pressure, he just falls prey to that. And nashyati ultimately. That for some time it may appear that person is growing and all that, but it is an illusion. If all the history, itihas, Puranas and all that also if you read, or even what is happening just in front of us also, we don't have to refer to only the old Puranas only. The mighty, mighty, mighty people, then what happened? Finished. Only those who lived by that ideals, they only become immortal. Their name also inspires us. That's what the beauty is. So, therefore, this must be understood. Now, a question somebody may ask, that is, so does it mean the material things have no place in our life? Huh? So we say no. We never said that. We are only in the hierarchy we are talking about. Because without material objects also we cannot live. So, avashyaktanusarena iva jada padarthebhyo mahatvam sthanam cha dadyat. One should give place, sthanam, mahatvam, importance to all the material objects according to the need what was there. So the point is like this. Everything has got its own place and importance. Simple example. A man wears a cap and wears shoes also. Now, those shoes, money-wise, may be more expensive than a cap. Right? Right. But the place of cap will be on the head. And however expensive shoes, but it will be in the feet only. Except the padukas of Bhagwan and Guru, that you have to hold on your head only. But otherwise, where they will be? There. But the shoes, what they can protect your feet, only shoes can do. The cap cannot do. But the place of cap will be on the head. The place of shoes will be there. And both of them are important because the shoes only will protect your feet. And the cap or hat or all that will protect your head from the sunlight or sun heat and all that. So, but the material value-wise, price-wise, one may be more expensive than. So there is mahatvam and place also. Now if you ask, the dust on the soil is more precious or gold, diamond. So in the market, they say gold, diamond. Somebody say, dirt cheap, we say. Do you think? Where the food grows is only here. However hungry you may be, only food only you need, not gold. But you can't say, therefore, this mud is more important than. So, therefore, I make all ornaments made up of mud and all that. That will be foolishness then. Because ornaments will have to be made only of that, whatever the precious stones you call or metal you call, from that only you have to make. So, this sthanam and mahatvam is the most important. The place and importance. What the one can do, the other cannot do it. The food can grow only in this soil only. We have to build your house only by mud, wood, stones, cement, concrete, you may call. You will not make it with the gold. They say Ravana's Lanka was made up of gold, they say. You know, some people, even now, when they go there, they try to find out any brick is there anywhere. Maybe, you know, somewhere it's lying there somewhere. Huh? So, material objects, every object is important. Every nail, every pin, every safety pin. One thing I want to tell you. When you go and stay particularly for a few days in somebody's house, you thank the people there or not. But do you thank the wash basin? Do you thank the tap? I never thought about it. Because if they were not functioning, you know what problem could be there. So therefore remember, even when you handle with inert objects, that also should be done lovingly. Not because the door is there, you just kick that one. Open it softly. Because they are also important. Without them, you can't live. Some people, you know, walking on the floor, Ravana description. Chalo to dasan and the dole to dahavani. Shiva thumping and thumping on the. Why? That earth's floor is sustaining you. That's why in our shlokas, as soon as we get up, we say, Padas prashtam kshamasme, O Mother Earth, I am going to put my foot on you, please forgive me. Even before you put your foot there. Such is the culture. But you know, we don't even know. Sometimes mechanically we chant some shloka. We don't understand. So we have to be respectful to everything, every being, but which is more at the precious, higher level, and at that time, according to that only you have to work. This is important. And now, next chapter, the last is the most important, to deal with our mind. Oh, yeah, mind. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. सियावर रामचंद्र की, राधावर कृष्णचंद्र की, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।